welcome back to the High Heels and Tea podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Lee.
This is Brianda.
And today we got another good girl chat for you. All right, now this is a real dope topic because I think a lot of women struggle with this topic or in this area. But it is simple as, is it okay to unfriend someone in real life? Okay, I have to put the real life there so you don't think we're just talking about like social media. Like, of course, if you want to unfriend someone from social media, that's fine. Simple, right? It's one click. But what if you are trying to unfriend someone in real life? So I'm just going to go get right back into it. Not back, get into it. I was like, I'm going to go get back into it. I'm just going to get into it. First, I want to ask you, have you ever had to unfriend someone in real life?
Yes, I've had to unfriend people in real life. Everybody isn't worthy of going with you through all of your different stages of your life.
You're unworthy of my presence.
Yes, exactly. Of your energy, of any of that, of your friendship, of all types of things. In general, you have to learn to let people go and be able to recognize who's beneficial for your life and who's not. Everybody can't go through your journey with you. Especially if they're not for you, especially if they haven't found themselves or found their growth aspect about themselves.
Man, that's dope. You mentioned that.
That's really what it is, because people fall. It's like relationships.
Yeah.
People grow apart. You know, you can have friends that you were friends with since you were 14, 15 years old, but you can be here and they can be here. And they may look down on you and not want to be your friend, but you're still striving to be around them because you want that, you know, or vice versa. So it's about, once again, like about who you are, your character, the type of person, the things that you want to do in life. Sometimes people that like, because you can have a friend that's a peer that's just not a healthy friend for you, you know, regardless of where they are
like
in life.
Statuses and things like that.
Statuses doesn't make it. It's about you can have that type of friend, and that friend can always talk down on you, make you feel bad for things that you've done because you haven't gotten to that period. But being a friend is about being able to communicate, just like relationships, being able to talk to them, understand where you guys relate, being able to take self-awareness of being like self-aware of things that you do and not taking what they tell you or say about you in the wrong manner, but also being able to think about what they are actually telling you.
I think you made so many points with that. I would say definitely, it's okay to unfriend someone in real life. Like, it's nothing wrong with that decision. You know, do what's best for you in your life and what's aligned with you and where you want to go. And at the same time, you mentioned, like, you know, how people are friends when they're younger, right? And then they get older and they kind of like grow apart. But really, sometimes it's like you're not willing to assess your life and grow. And that's usually like the biggest deal breakers in a lot of friendships that I've seen and I've heard. And it's amazing that you said that. Number one. Then you just said something else to a point. And I forgot what that point was. But I do understand, it's going to come back to me. I do understand is that speaking on the topic, it's definitely okay. Unfriend someone. People move on and you know, have different travels and different roles and all that good stuff. So it's all good.
Yes.
So have you ever had to unfriend? Did I ask that?
No.
I just asked you what you thought about it.
Yeah, but I thought about it. But
if I did say that, that's what I meant the first time, and that's what I meant the second time.
Yeah, I've had to unfriend people. I think too, as far as that goes, because when you have friends, you love them, you care for them, and sometimes it's hard to let go of people who aren't beneficial for you.
Yeah.
Because you are so caught up on the ideal of them being your friend, or that complacency, or just them, you knowing them for as long as you've been knowing them for, and you get to the point where, I know you've heard people say this all the time, well, we just got to accept them for who they are, and they got to play their role. But at what point in your life is it beneficial to you to just keep accepting bullshit from somebody because of who they are, or because of how long they've been in your life? So
I just saw this status, and I'm going to bring it all around full circle. I just saw this status, right? And I actually shared it last week, and the person was saying in so many words, like, the status was saying, if you can't really be yourself in your friendships, you're gonna walk on eggshells and all that good stuff, and don't nobody want that, you know. And me personally, I don't think I ever let a friend go or cut a friend off or anything like that, like without a reaction. Like I never like examined life and say, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? This person no longer fits. I don't
Or
want
like
to.
you go on a hiatus, like some people do on Facebook, and just start unfriending people, and you just go through it. Wake up one day, be like, I no longer want to be nobody's friend.
Well, I get in my little moods, but I know to stay away from people because I think I don't know, it's part of my introversion where you just kind of like just want to be alone. You don't want to talk to nobody. Nobody did nothing to you. You ain't got to like go on this rampage and be like, yeah, for everybody. If I delete you, now you know how I feel.
Girl, I hate people
We
like
ain't
that.
doing all that, you know.
I be like, those people want attention.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta be aware of yourself. But I never had to unfriend someone like just blankly after assessing my life and saying, you fit, you don't. You know what I'm saying? But I have definitely been in positions where I felt like this doesn't feel good. And one of the key things that you mentioned, I think is what I forgot at first, but one of the key things you mentioned is just some friendships, it's like you're dating. I don't like them type of friendships, by the way. I don't want to date them. I don't want to date you. I'll be your friend. I don't want to date you, okay? I'm not your man, all right? But some friendships definitely is like you're dating them and they are so demanding. And if you are not up for that, you know what I'm saying, to deal with that type of person, then you don't even think like, you know what,
Jealous,
this friendship,
friends,
all of it. You don't even think like
possessive friends,
possessiveness, right?
Yes.
I don't think this friendship is going to work. You don't even think that that's really what it is, but true enough, as you become more aware of who you are, you know what I'm saying, you become more aware of what you like and you don't like, it's not just about things from like a romantic standpoint. Like once you become completely self-aware of yourself, you'll realize some friendships, I don't want to keep up with that. I don't want to keep up with this possessive as friendship. You know what I'm saying? And on that note, it's okay to unfriend the person. So do you do stuff like that? Do you like kind of just take, because I know, I don't want to say you have like a lot of friends. I can't say that notion, but I know you know a lot of people, to say the least. But do you ever like sit back and say, let me look at my life and see who fit, who don't fit?
I think so. Like I've assessed my situation and I've assessed the people that I hang around or I let in my energy or in my space. So I don't necessarily just sit and be like, oh, it's time to do a friend assessment. It's just more so, I'm pretty much by myself most of the time, but I have people that I know that are people that I love and I care for and that I would like to be around me. Right. So at this point in my life, it's at age 35, I don't feel like the people that I allow in my space take away from anything. I think they're more of an aid than anything. And I think at this point, I'm not, you know how people are always like, no new friends, you're not gonna, you shouldn't want to get new friends. But my thing is with friends, I feel like God brings certain people into your life to help and aid and to push you through it, to show you different things. You know, you never want to be the smartest person in the room because you want to be able to learn from somebody. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to get real good, in-depth advice from somebody. You know, you can't just close your mind off of being open to people because of the way that other people have made you feel. Man, because a
lot of people do that.
Because that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? That's even with relationships. A lot of people close themselves off because of issues or situations that they were in the past that they haven't let go. So they're expecting or thinking everybody around them is going to be just like that.
Yeah. So something you said that is like 100% true, right? It's like I'm going to say this. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room. But if you're the smartest person in your circle, that's not a circle, that's a cage, okay?
Yeah, so learn from.
You need to understand that. Like, it's not about whatever tier of people you can get, you know, around and network and have a genuine relationship with, because that's all networking is having a genuine relationship, really. Then that's fine. But if you are literally the smartest person in your group of friends, in your little circle, that's not a circle.
See how
That is a
she said
cage.
little? That's a hater word. A little.
Your little circle. I had to make somebody that really going through this feeling like, yeah, that was a little circle. You know what I mean? My little
A
circle.
little baby circle. It was nothing for real.
Let me see what other questions I had to this topic. Y'all don't laugh at my notes because I gotta have my notes. Okay.
Y'all seen them notes before.
You seen my notes before. All right, so let me ask you this question. When was the last time you had to distance yourself from a friend? And why? If you can give an overview. Without saying, well, first off, what had happened was...
Yeah, bitch got
What
me.
had happened was...
No, so,
And then I'm going to say this too. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, y'all, I'm picking this tea up like this because it's hot as hell. I don't want it to spill. I'm all like this. I don't want this shit to waste on me. This is hot.
So, a situation. We got real tea today.
We got real tea, y'all. We drinking
Today.
real tea. Okay.
Real tea. It ain't tainted. It ain't tainted tea. It's
Yeah,
real
it
tea.
should be. But
It's real
I like
tea.
a good time.
But I would say a couple years ago, I was going through a real traumatic time in my life where my sister was going through and battling breast cancer. And it was really, really overwhelming in different aspects and different lights to where those are the times where I need those friends or I need that support system or somebody to be available to me. And one of my friends that had been my friends for forever, or the person that I thought that should have been available to me or been more upright and upfront and supportive than she wasn't there. She wasn't there for me in any way. And it was like, even despite that, after she not being there for me, she ended up going through some situations where I ended up stepping up and was there for her. But then I noticed, and I had to take a step back and realize that it was a one-sided friendship. I felt like I was giving her all of my energy and support and perspective, not on a judgment level, but on a advice level, want to see you happy, want to see you be the best person you could be in life type of level. And she couldn't understand that. Like, she would think that the advice that I was giving her was judgment.
It was an attack on her.
It was an attack on her. But at that time in my life, like, I was going through so much stuff that I was not trying to attack anybody. I was just trying to be the person that I thought I could be to her. But I recognized that she wasn't basically worthy of that, or her growth process wasn't where it should be to recognize and understand the place that she should have been playing in my life. And so because of that, I had to let her go.
Yeah.
I completely cut her off. I completely
How
stopped
did
talking
you
to
go
her.
about it? Did you confront her before you cut her off, or you just
No,
reduced your community?
I just stopped fucking with her.
And she knew what was up.
Yeah, you know what's up. I just stopped talking to her. Anytime she called me, I didn't answer the phone. She would reach out every so often, her and her, and just be like, I want to have let's go out, let's go do this. I shrugged it off. It went on maybe about two years. I didn't talk to her. I finally gave her a chance. She wanted to go out and eat and explain her situation. But I mean, at the end of the day, we all go through problems. We all got situations that go on in our lives, and we got to recognize that, and it's no excuses. You know, you got to realize that people are all having issues. We're all going through traumatic times. You got to know who's for you and who isn't.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like we all grown, and I think I mentioned at the beginning, but that's the only thing I could think of is like, man, we are all grown. So at the end of the day, you know, when you realize something just doesn't work, it's okay. It's like no harm in like letting go of friendships that don't serve you, or that, again, it's not aligned with your purposes. And I've never had to unfriend a friend, like initiate it, but I had to respond to maybe the act or the actions of somebody and say, nah, I don't want that, you know what I mean? And I had a couple of situations, specifically one where I think I mentioned that I went out of town with a friend and came back, and she was kind of distanced herself as well, and I couldn't figure out why, and I was just like, okay, you know, just you could say something to me or you don't have to.
Yeah.
But she chose to, I guess in so many words, unfriend me without reasoning, and I just let it be that. But then she came back and was trying to have those, hey, I want to talk to you, but I'm like, no, I'm not interested, you know what I'm saying, in a conversation, because honestly, sometimes the way you go about things, that is enough clarity for you. You don't need to always have to have these conversations to say, what happened? Well, tell me, because honest, I don't know if I'm just hella sensitive or not, but the way people go about things sometimes is just enough for me. I don't even want to revisit. I don't even care. I don't want to know why. I don't want to know nothing. Like, if you're going to leave, just leave. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
You made a remark to me before we was talking about
what was my
something.
remark?
I forgot what we were talking about.
Tell me, what did I say?
But you said sometimes it's disrespectful to even give people your time or response to certain situations. Like some situations,
disrespectful to yourself.
Yeah, some situations you don't even. I don't owe you that. I don't owe you a explanation. I don't owe you that, and I feel disrespectful for the fact that you even think that I owe you this.
Yeah.
So and that's the part about that growth process, because a lot of people don't even understand that dynamic, or they don't even get the understanding that, like, I don't owe you this. Like, who? I don't owe you anything.
I don't owe you my time no more. I don't owe you nothing. So don't disrespect yourself. Answering those phone calls and responding to those text messages. And speaking of that too, I mentioned to you, I had a friend that told me that in so many words she wanted to unfriend me, in real life or whatever may have you, and sent me like 15, 20, actually probably was a total of like 45 text messages. I'm not reading it, number one. But then number two,
we not fucking. I'm not finna read no 45
I'm not doing it.
text
I'm not doing it because
I ain't gonna read no 45 text messages from no dude.
I'm not reading it from a man or a woman. But number two, it's like, well, where I'm at in life, how much mindset work I've done, like, I'm cool for anybody making a decision that makes them feel better. If that means including me or removing me, I'm cool with that.
Do what's best for you.
And I was so happy with how I handled it, because me and this particular friend, we had an outs before where we kind of just went in and edited with each other. And to that status point that I mentioned, it was just like, at the end of the day, if you kind of like, and it's going to go to my question, if you unfriend someone and then you refriend someone, you're asking for whatever consequences come from that. You know what I mean?
Yep, it's like a relationship.
Yeah, it's like a relationship. So once your friendship start feeling like a relationship, I can't have it. I don't want no more. I don't want no more relationships. Yeah. I got my own situation. I don't need no other relationships. But and so from there, I was so proud of myself from not even being offended by even the comments or their personal opinion or need to no longer have a friendship with me. And I was just like, hey, protect your energy. Yeah. You know what I mean? You be positive. You have a healthy vibe. Like, whatever you need to do for you, if that means removing me, good luck, wish you well. I love you still.
And that's that. For you
know what I mean? So what do you think about that particular part of it, though? Because that is a good question. Like, sometimes you unfriend someone for a really valid reason. Sometimes it do just be simple miscommunication that both of you guys probably weren't at this like mature level to have communication, have those conversations, you know? And sometimes it be some real crazy things. Like, my thing is, if you get mad at me and then you act out on it, you do something that's real crazy, I don't want that. But if you get mad at me, I get mad at you, we don't talk to each other, we distance ourselves, I'm cool with it. I think I probably could revisit that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about a decision to refriend someone you unfriended?
That was kind of something.
In real life.
Yeah.
Not social media.
Yeah.
I gotta keep saying that.
The person that I spoke on earlier, that was kind of what I did. I mean, honestly, even with her,
I'm
like,
just dropping this tea everywhere. Go ahead.
Even with her, when you refriend them, your walls are up. Your walls are still up.
But she didn't do nothing crazy in response of your decision to not be her friend.
She didn't do nothing
like,
crazy.
I'm gonna post your nudes.
No, that's when people need to
get
guided.
Tell me why her mama used to, like, as long as you don't do all that, like, you know what I mean?
But them, to me, those aren't friends in the first place.
Exactly.
To me, those are people that are jealous of you, and they just waiting for the opportunity
to try to hurt you.
To try to hurt you, or put you down, or to put your business out there, or to make you feel some type of way. But in reality, I feel like when you refriend, or just when you get into another relationship, it's, your walls are always up. Your blinders are off, and you're looking for every situation because you know this person has the possibility to do those things. Again. So it's like, okay, now I'm not clueless to what the possibilities are that you will do me. Like, I know you'll do me any type of way. I know these are the things that you'll do to me because you've done them before. But I put my curtains down, or I've opened my windows back up to you to where I'm letting you back in, but you'll never be 100% in.
Yeah.
You'll never be there to where I trust you in that manner, because I'm still looking like, which, you know, it's my antennas up. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a possibility. She might, I ain't gonna tell her that. Or just like those friends that cause that distrust in your relationship, that you may have told a secret to and she wouldn't told everybody. Or like you just said, she put your news on Facebook or some situation like that. Like those types of situations, it's like, girl, what were you out to get?
Man,
like,
out
why?
for vengeance.
Exactly. It's like, why are you this upset?
Oh, I saw this one Facebook post, and it was like, what is like the most pettiest thing you've done, like for revenge, in so many words? And the girl was like, her and her friend had their little breakup, and she was like, okay, the friend did like I think makeup or lashes, one of the two, but she put 45 appointments on her calendar. I mean, you had to go make 45 email addresses, and booked her up, and for like over a month, a time frame, and back to back. So the friend like,
Oh yeah, I'm finna get some money.
all these motherfuckers is about to, pop with me. But no, there was a friend that was so mad that she was trying to think, what can I do to get to her? I was like, wow.
That's funny.
It is funny.
Have you ever did anything?
No.
Like, what's the pettiest thing you think you could possibly have done to
A friend?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I think I play a lot. I play a lot of pranks, things like that. So, you know, I think I know I probably like recorded a friend on the toilet, you know what I mean? Like played you by you try to use the bathroom and I record you, and you know, things like that. But I don't think from out of anger, I very, very rarely go into a retaliation mode. Like it'll have to get built up. But like I said, I don't have friendships that I have to cut people off. Right. So if there's anything that ever get to a point where I don't feel whatever way, then you wasn't a friend. Exactly. Like my friends, I talk to them, they can talk to me. It should at least be that way. At least that's what you think.
Yeah,
so
it should be.
If whatever goes on or don't go on, like I don't retaliate. You know what I mean? I've always taken that high road. So I don't know. I ain't never got time to retaliate nothing. So my retaliation is you not being in my life.
And then at the end of the day, some people just ain't worthy of the unnecessary.
I guess I ain't never had a friend that was worth me retaliating. You know, I see what you do to me first, then that's a different story. But
nope, I don't either. Like,
you?
Never, Like I guess because I don't put too, like my feelings been hurt about people or things like that.
Yeah,
but I don't put too much other than that into it. Like I'm not like, oh my God, this bitch I'm gonna go cheat her car.
Wrong with you if you thinking all this shit to do.
Yeah, but some people are like that.
Some people are.
So I mean. I just ain't, it ain't even that serious. Like, I ain't about to do all that. I'm not finna go and, well, fuck that bitch. I'm finna go and book up all her appointments.
45
I'm gonna book all her appointments on her schedule. So this bitch thinks she's finna make some money. She ain't gonna make no money. Ain't nobody gonna never show up. And then pay nobody else make no more appointments because she all booked.
Because she booked. So you messing with her, buddy?
Yeah, but that's the stuff like that. Now those go to those friendships where those are borderline friendship relationships, because it's like at this point,
it's almost like you dating.
What y'all been doing together?
You got mad.
What y'all been doing? This done crossed the line on one of them drunken nights. What's going on? What's been happening?
Let's see. I was trying to think. What else did I have? I had another question to this. So you said you have friend, unfriend. How is your friendship going? That's what I wanted to ask you.
The friendship is just going. Is
it better now that y'all have had that communication?
Honestly, I don't really care about it.
You don't think about it too much?
I don't really think about it too much. It is. We just was talking about the person yesterday. It is what it is. Like, you recognize who they are. You recognize the type of people they are and what you can and cannot do or say or just have that type of relationship with. So I don't even really look at it too much because honestly, I feel like what I say all the times, I got people, like you have friends people you can confide in and companions and friendships. But some of these people I like to call them stragglers. It's my definition.
So what is the
stragglers.
exact definition of a straggler? What makes them a straggler?
A straggler is a person that portrays the role of wanting to be a friend and be a great friend to you, but in reality, they're just wanting to be a part of your life because they've been there for so long. And they really don't even know how to be a friend to you because they only are doing what they think is friend worthy, and nothing that they are doing is nothing that you picture as being a friend.
Stragglers.
Stragglers.
Got rid of all the stragglers.
Yeah, they
Well,
stragglers.
I think this has been a real dope conversation and discussion on it's okay to unfriend people in real life. Fortunately, our girl Riri has been on both sides of the spectrum where she unfriend, refriend, and gave you an update on that.
I'm a nice person.
Personally, she's a sweetheart. Personally, I've never had to do like unfriend, but I've been on the unfriend side, and when I tell you, I don't give a damn. Do what you got to do. Do what's best for your life.
Unfriended.
Be unfriended.
Unfriend.
Perfectly fine with me. Okay.
Unfriended.
But thank you guys again for listening to the High Heels and Tea podcast.
Thank you.